Kenny Green, raw perspective, concrete and steel, keeping it 100 for the people. They talking about Kerry Washington, the famous actress. You all know her. I think she was in the political drama series. I forgot the name of it, but she just recently found out that a sperm donor created her. So her parents that she felt were her biological parents are not her biological parents. I mean, let me clear that up. The father is not the biological father. So now there's a inconvenience, an uproar, and there's a ill feeling about it because she said she felt something was off. Now the thing is, should the parents have told her about this situation? Some people are saying they should have been truthful with her. And some people feeling like they did a good job with it. There was no need to mention that. Where do you stand? Now, let's go over a couple of scenarios, right? They couldn't produce a child on their own, so they went to the sperm bank, made a withdrawal. She got pregnant, right? So now they have a child, you know what I mean? Their intention is to just raise the child, do the best thing they can for the child, which is Kerry Washington. But as time go on, these ancestry.coms and find your roots things pop up, and she wanted to find out a little more out of curiosity, or maybe she felt something was up. Either way, this is where she finds out the truth, right? Parents had to come clean. Sometimes things are kept from you to keep you balanced. You know what I'm saying? So you figure like this. Say if they would have told Kerry Washington this at 10 years old, would she have been able to keep her balance in life, handle it, move forward, and become the person she is today? Some things are not always necessary, long as you have good intentions. Kerry Washington turned out to be something great. But there's a truth that she's finding out now, and we don't know how it's going to end up. Sometimes you got to talk to people to understand the circumstances of why they did what they did. I don't think if they put everything into you that they did, I don't believe their intentions was to deceive you. You can tell a kid something, and it could throw their whole psychological part of belonging to a group off. Just like, say, you talk about granny and everything. Sometimes once you come and someone brings you, you're just accepted. You're accepted. You belong with us. You're part of this family. You are a relative now, right? But now, with DNA, health issues, sometimes it is good to know what root you come from, because it may can help you in a health decision or a health situation. There's two sides to this, right? With the Kerry Washington situation. I think some things don't have to be said, especially when a kid is forming and becoming who they are. But then when the kid gets older and you break this type of news, because you can have intentions, say, well, we'll tell her when she gets out of college and, she could be able to handle it different, more intellect, more reasoning, that she can have the conversation with us. But some people will be mad. Why did you keep this from me? But think about it. You might have a kid, a grandkid, a 10-year-old, 11-year-old. You're going to be careful what information you give to them, because people growing up could be fragile. People growing up could not understand things right now how they could understand it later. So there's some hurt, maybe some disappointment. You feel you was betrayed, but you have to open yourself up to the whole scenario and just ask the people, why did you do that? Clearly, we couldn't produce you without help. We needed help. And that's okay. So this is why they have fertility clinics and everything. But I don't think we're going to it's going to be opinion-based, figuring out when we should have told her, if we should have told her, and then what's the conversation after she finds out or after you tell her. I mean, I just think, you know, I believe in truth, but everything is about timing. So you don't put something on people when you see that they possibly can't handle the truth that you give them. You may delay it, or to keep them safe, to keep them balanced out, to keep them moving along a great course. Sometimes you don't say nothing. Now, if she has a illness, something may need to be said. Look, baby girl, I'm your father, I'm your daddy, but we had to go through methods to conceive you because I was having some issues. As a grown woman being in the world a little longer than a 10-year-old or 13-year-old, her understanding could be a little better about it because she's probably heard things and witnessed things, and she could understand a man's infertility better around now than she could at 10 or 11. It'd just be based on, you didn't like me, why you didn't make me, why you didn't see. The understanding is not good. So it's an opinion-based situation, and all we can do is have our opinion about it. And everybody say what they would do until they're in the situation, because you're going to be measuring it, your personal situation, against other things. So leave some comments. This is just opening up for conversation to see what you think and what you feel you would have done, or what would have been the right thing for Kerry Washington parents to do. Me personally, I think you have to watch and measure when you tell certain people certain things, because you're based it on who they are as a person. So always remember, truth is good, but you got to be careful where you land it, how you land it, and when you land it, concrete and steel.